Hey there everyone, this is Jeffrey with Killaskila Gaming, and welcome back to Little Nightmares 2. Previously we completed the school, and afterwards we found a little raincoat confirming for us that our partner is 6 from the first game. Very cool. And in the meantime we are wearing a matching hat to go with the raincoat. So, let's get to it. I do believe we have a trophy pretty quick. There's quite a few like random chapter trophies in here. So I'm going to be looking at my notes probably quite a bit. But there should be a vending machine. Some of these are pretty that looks... I was gonna say that looks dangerous. Okay, we might actually have to go a little bit further to get to the part I'm thinking of. We'll find out. This isn't dangerous at all. This is really cool, though. Okay. So I think we can grab the whatchamacall there. Yep, there's the way forward. I don't think I didn't see a vending machine back there, so I'm assuming. How do I... Oh. This is not one of those stick in your pocket kind of things. Unfortunately, one of the trophies is going to kind of make the ending less exciting for us. But I could always just replay it, right? Okay. What are we looking at here? Go. She just takes off. She's like, yeah, this is fine. No need to panic. I do like the fact that she has a panic expression. Oh boy. Cool. I think we may have a glitching remain this way. I know it's in one of these dark alleyways, or not alleyways, but dark rooms like this. Oh, here, there it is. Okay, vending machine. We're looking for a vending machine. It said shortly after entering. Like I said, I swear I didn't see anything. Yeah, these hallways always give some kind of, like a vibe of, we should probably go down there, right? Oh, is there anything we can do with this? Doesn't look like it opens. Oh, but that's it. Okay. So, the trophy is called Hunger. The description says, plenty of snacks for a growing boy. Apparently we just gotta pull on the lever 6 times. There we go. I'm assuming I could probably use this to open the door. Okay, nice. Alright. Yeah, back to this again. For a second time having this happen. Gotcha. One more. Oh, almost had it. Reminder that we experienced this before. 6 pulled us out of the TV last time, and this is also what we were dreaming about when we started the story in the first chapter. It's kind of like we're trying to get to the door at the end of the hall. And we're getting a little bit closer each time, but she seems afraid of that. Look at the way she's backing away from us. This is so cool, this place. So I will say, before we get into this, this is probably the only chapter of these games that has really ever gotten under my skin heavily. It takes a lot for horror games to get to me. This one does it really well. It really pulls at some of some things that I think are really creepy. Get an elevator. I believe that goes down to the basement. And we have the x-ray room. And we also, like I said, have a collectible here. Which I think we just gotta go up to the top here to get it. I can see it, sorta. Oop. Oop. Okay, what can I climb? Oh, there we go. It's right here. Half hat, okay. Ooh. I think there's 12 hats in the game. Yep, and I think only... What counts as half hats then? Oh, 6 hats. Okay, 6. Why is that half? Or is it 1, 2, 3? No. Probably not counting this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 10. Not counting... No, because I already started with the first one. I don't know. Weird. Anyways, we'll go with this one. This is going to be tied to a trophy, so... With the creepy bear costume. So we got the hunger trophy. So there's one... So we need to do... there's an incinerator in the basement. And there's an x-ray machine here, and there's stuff tied to both of them. So we're going to start with that. Oh, 6 got something already. Okay. I'm going to grab this. Yeah, get something in hers. Like this one. I don't think there's anything in this one. I think we would have heard it by now. What about you? Yeah, I heard something there. This is the one. The stuffed bear is kind of creepy because it doesn't look like the mask we're wearing. I think this is the one we need, though. Can you hear it? It's kind of subtle, but... Okay. Okay, let's take you. I think for the trophy it says, collect and wear the stuffed bear's head. These are actually my notes. While burning the stuffed animal in the incinerator. So we're essentially using the incinerator to get items, but like I said, it's kind of tied to a few different trophies. This one included. In fact, I want to say there's like 4 or 5 different trophies tied to the incinerator, which is kind of funny. Obviously, it's important. Importante. Okay. Watch her reaction. Like, yeah, we just fried everything. Okay. Toys are for kids, okay. So we need the key. Oh, there's fingers in here. That's lovely. Okay, so... That's our first trophy. The next one's with her in the incinerator. Okay, come on. Salt hands. Alright, so there's another trophy tied to this. We need the x-ray running. And then we want to go in here with 6 and hold her hand. Ex-best friends. Okay, and I think that's it for right now. There's 2 things I know we need to do with the incinerator. Maybe it is only a few things. Maybe my mind's over-exaggerating. But we do need to go back to the main hall. And we can use our key, because I think that's for the door upstairs to the right, I want to say. Unless I'm just forgetting. And our true goal here is actually to get to the surface, because I think we're actually deeper in the hospital than we could be. And I don't remember if I said this is a hospital, but there's 2 things there on the wall. That's for the elevator. So we need 2 fuses. And if we go over to this side, to access this side, we actually need a fuse for that too. So that's going to actually serve as one of our 2 fuses for the elevator. But we're first going to use it to get over there, which means we actually have to go to the right side in order to progress here. I hear crows out back. I don't know if y'all can hear that. It's chapter specific, but I think we can do it at any time. We'll do it right away though, just in case. So we should have another glitching remain either back here or up or on the other side. There you are. Now, when I talk about this chapter being one of the few that really got under my skin as far as horror goes, can you see why? So, we're quite a ways away from the next glitching remain, it looks like. And, like I said, we do have a trophy coming up pretty quick here. Otherwise. So, can I get through there? The mannequin parts hanging from the ceiling. So I don't have a fear of mannequins. I actually think they're kind of cool. But they work really well in horror stories because it's very easy to make people think that something's going to happen, whether it is or not. No. Yeah, so let's deal with Cousin Ant. I think that's his name, right? Stay down. Is he climbing? Oh, he's climbing. He's climbing. He's climbing. Where'd you go? Okay. That didn't make me start getting warm all of a sudden. What are you talking about? It's the arms and the legs and stuff that really get me when it comes to mannequins. Because the mannequins themselves don't really scare me, but... And the idea that they can move and come alive. Which is why, despite the fact that it didn't do very well in terms of like ratings and stuff, I actually thought the second Silent Hill movie was kind of a fun movie. Not necessarily a good movie, but a fun movie. Oh. How do I... We need a weapon. Oh. We got our fuse. There we go. There we go. Okay. We're gonna get a trophy here. If I... Nope. If I can get away from it. It's good at dodging. Alright. One hit. Take it down. Double down. 40 moves. Alright. Now for a trophy, it looks like he's not moving. Sorta. For a trophy, keep whacking him. And stay dead. Alright. That's like me playing Resident Evil games and going, hey, you dead. We're looking for a corn cob. I don't think it's around here. I think we have to go a ways for that. In fact, it might be on the other side because I mentioned I have notes about like a location where it's found. So I think it's on the other side of the hospital, if I'm not mistaken. But we want to make sure to bring it back to the incinerator. Okay, so I think we need to break that little piece. And that's the door. That door might look familiar because that's where we were with 6 just a moment ago. Oh, I can hear her and over here. What you doing? So in the previous chapter, we watched her brutally take the head off one of the bullies by hand, and now she's breaking the fingers on a mannequin arm. Hand, I guess, but... Alright. I think when I was it when I was... I don't know if I actually mentioned this in the first playthrough or not. First playthrough, in the first game, or the DLC, but... There's some people that think she's quite evil. And I don't blame them for thinking that, but... She does make you question stuff once in a while, doesn't she? Okay. There's the corn. Okay. Alright, so we want to bring this down to the incinerator. Okay, so we want to throw the corn to the incinerator. So, what do you think is going to happen to it? Sound familiar? Popcorn! That's a silver trophy. I love that. Yeah, so we literally just made popcorn. Which sounds amazing right now. Not gonna lie. Alright, so I think she's just helping us get in on this side. I don't think she's actually gonna stay with us. If I recall, I think she stays behind to help us get out later. Okay, we are looking for a few things here now. We got some glitched remains coming up. Plus, we have a few trophies in this area. I think we have to go inside here, so... Okay, I'm coming. Keep your eyes peeled for some cheese. And I'm looking for a particular room as well. Okay, I don't remember how to point the light. No, no, run! Run! It wouldn't let me move. I don't know why. How do I point? You know, there's a way to... I think there's a way we can point the light while we're running. If I recall. Can you see why I don't... I don't want to say I don't like this area. Can you see why this area is... Oh, it's R1. Okay. Yeah. Come here. Okay, this could be a little tricky. Come want to keep the light trained on him until we're away from him. So yeah, they can't walk through the light. Walk into the... They can't walk if the light's on them. Put it that way. And I think our cheese location may be coming up. If I recall correctly too, the cheese blends in rather well. Okay, nothing over here. I don't think these ones are active. Don't quote me though. Ooh. Oh, I don't like that. I did have a note that the glitched remains was the same location as the cheese. There shouldn't be anything in here that we need. Okay, I think we're in the area that I had in my mind. Okay, so I think we need to go up into the vent, but I don't remember what's down here. Let's check it out. Yeah, I gotta find the cheese. The cheese is the tricky part. If I remember, it doesn't exactly look like cheese initially until you really take a good look at it. I don't see it here, though. I think we gotta go through here first. Let's try it. I can always redo it if I really need to. I won't make you sit through that, but... There it is. Okay, I can see it. Can you see it? The cheese is here. It's this. And there's actually an eye right there, kind of pointing it out to us in a way, which is kind of cool. Okay, so there's a glitched remain somewhere around here. And I think it's in a hidden location in this hallway. Don't close on me. I'm not done. Back here. There you are. There should be a room back here, I think. Oh, no. There's a door there, I think. There we are. Okay, first of all, glitched remains. We have another eye. And a bunch of scratch marks, like somebody's been here forever. So I think we just throw this down into the hole. I can hear mice. Rats. Objection. Okay. Description was some holes are more picky than others. But we do have another glitching remains coming up that I think is kind of an easy one to miss. So first of all, let's get out of here. we're looking for kind of a prison-like room, like a shower room. Not a prison, but like an open shower room like you'd find. And I think that's the way prisons do the showers. This place feels like a prison. Okay. Oh boy. Oh. No! Oh! I didn't even know that was near that one. Oh, no. No! I mean, run. No! Light. Use the light. I'm gonna hold my hand so I can control the right stick easier. I have my finger on the run button and my pointer, which is not how I usually do that. So I can control the light better with my thumb. Okay, we got the one behind us here. Climb. This doesn't look like it's coming up. Okay. Can we go through? Okay. Prison shower. Don't drop the soap. Got it. Okay, and I think our secret location is back here. So if I throw the soap, will it slide? Yep. Awesome. That's so cool. Yeah. I can hear the disgusting already. Flies, I think. Oh yeah. Sick kids. Oh, that was our last one. Okay. Okay, so that was the last collectible as far as glitched remains goes, but there's a hat. I think it's down in the incinerator area. On that floor, I mean. But there are 2 chapter related trophies we want to get as well. And oh look, I used for the soap. One of them is going to be at the end. And one of them is coming up pretty quick, so. Yeah, we need the wheelchair. So we can get over here. Basically so we can get through the window. Okay, so how do we... We probably gotta turn off the lights, eh? So we'll draw him out here and then turn on the lights. Or I think that'll work. Ooh! Okay. He may have jump scared me. Wow, that got me so bad. You know, game's good when it can get you, even though you know it's coming, right? Okay, lights, stay on, please. Great, just great. A huge open room of these guys. Okay, tactics. But I think we can manage. Oh, no, we cannot. No! No, I had my light on you. No. I turned off my light. Oh. on, dude. No, come on, I had you. Come on. That was actually working really well to my advantage. I'm gonna try that again. I know I've gotten right through them before. Alright, trophy, grab the ball. I want to throw it in. Medicine ball. And they throw it back. Okay. Man, I was not doing too well with that, was I? Okay, so we want to, I think, fire up the electric chair. Let's be real. This is one of those old school. What's the word for it? It's like a sanatorium. Before they actually treated people. It's a prison. Okay, we need 6's help then to get out of here. Right. Let's go. We're gonna need this. Right. I think the only trophy we have left then is we have the Collectible in the basement, plus there's one. She's getting the light. Plus there's one at the end, like very end of the chapter. Swishy sounds. We are in business. Okay. Hear that? The sounds in this are so good. I mean, in games, hospitals are never good places to go. There's one thing you learn from Silent Hill. And, you know, Resident Evil is reinforced to that, of course, and so is that. So. Can I claim that? Oh, yeah, okay. Hold hands. Gotcha. Okay. 1-6, you got this. Remember, double down. Triple down. Oh, no, he got me. Angles. Oh, no, bad angle. Oh, no, 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 no! What? I'm not doing very good at this. Come on. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. One more. Gotcha. Okay. Come on, 6. You got this. Gotcha. I imagine we probably could sneak out. Oh, yeah. I imagine we probably could have just, like, snuck out of there, but... So if you recall, in the first Little Nightmares, the janitor and the twin chefs both clearly had on masks, and I think it's highly likely that the guests were wearing the same thing. Not sure so much about the lady. So I'm gonna go on a limb and say this probably confirms that there's a connection between the Maw and the residents of the Pale City. Maybe this is where the guests were coming from. Am I supposed to sneak past him? Nothing to see here. Oh, it's moving. The thing. I think the one above me was... Oh, it's totally moving. I think. Oh yeah, it looks like it's breathing. Okay. We need something... Oh, and I see what we need. Something to hit the switch. I'm gonna go for the block with the eye. I think the others would work just as well, but... I don't know. I don't know how much of a view he has. I'm gonna try going for the last bed. I don't know how far he saw me. Uh-oh. Don't check the bed. Don't check the bed. Oh, his mouth is flapping open. I didn't think I was going to get away from him in time. He's kind of quick for how massive he is. Oh, his mouth is flapping open again. Okay, he left. He left. Remember, you need to call for her. There's a trophy for that. To be obnoxious, that's what the trophy is. Right? Oh, wait, never mind. Right behind you. That's so cool. You're sitting there thinking, how can something like that hold itself? Like, just stick to the wall, ceilings and walls and whatnot. It's like he's literally, like, holding, you know, putting his hand through it and holding himself up. Okay. Come on. Go for a soft landing. And I do believe that's our way out right there. Okay, we need to go in here, I think. Oh no, we need to pull the... Okay, we need Six's help here. We get in this, she'll push us through, right? So, we must be in the morgue, right? Alright, now I think this is where one of our hats is. I just don't know exactly where. I think it's in one of these. I don't know if we can get it right away or if we have to wait a bit. Let's see. I remember having trouble finding this one. Hey. Can I open these? Okay, well, let's get the key, I guess. I remember struggling trying to find this before. So we have a hat down here somewhere. But we're here for the key. Which is right there. Now the thing says behind the door on the bottom left by the table. I don't know if it means... That might be it. That's probably why I didn't find it. Yep, there we go. Cool. And we look like one of those, mummy things from Legend of Zelda. Ocarina of Time / Majora's Mask era. What are those things called? That scared the crap out of me when I was younger. You know, whatever people say, let's be real. Legend of Zelda, in that day and age, especially Majora's Mask above all, but Ocarina of Time really picked up the factor. It's definitely a horror game. You know, let's be real. Those games haunted me. Like those were they had the stuff of nightmares in those. Okay, so we just climb. Oh wait, derp. $26. Alright, that was the one for being obnoxious with her. So 26 times it must have been. I don't remember the description for the trophy though. I had that in my earlier, like in episode 1 you can get it, so, or chapter 1. Okay. So we need a fuse. Oh, there it is. I don't think we can get up there though. I think we want to get up there. So in order to get up there and get that, we need to get him out of our way, I believe. And he's right front row and center, so... So we're gonna create a diversion. At least he washes his hands, I mean. If you're gonna be a healthcare professional... Alright, here we go. So who's on the table? I know that's a common... You know, a very common question among the fan base. If this had been a sequel to Little Nightmares, I know there's a lot of people that think that could have been the janitor, but remember, this is a prequel. Alright, 6. 6, you could have done that already. You could be running out of here. Oh, we gotta go. Okay. She totally could have done that while we were catching up. Oh my god. You just made a bunch of... Never mind. I made it worse. I made it worse. Let's run. Go, 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 go. Oh! No! No! Gotta go faster. Oh! Oh my god, where am I? What the heck? I got stuck. I couldn't see where I was. Twice. Yeah, see, like, I keep getting stuck in that spot. Oh, see, I did that little poorly timed. Oh boy. Okay. We're in the incinerator room. All the way to the back. Under. Fast. Before he falls down on us. Oh. Go. Duck. No. Oh. I really want to pull the lever for the incinerator. Unfortunately, there's a trophy for not doing that. First, do no harm. That's still intense. Future me here, I thought it would be a travesty if we did not get to see this. She just warms her hands by the fire. Aww, so cute. Okay, so that was the end of the hospital of chapter 3. So a couple of things that were added in this. We have the doctor who just chased us, and his description from the official website is: perfection is important to the doctor, and he will not allow anything to interfere with his life's work. With his adoring patience clattering the halls, you may not hear the doctor coming, not until it's too late. Only then will you learn to look up to him. So I mentioned that the doctor had kind of a flappy face, and of course that could just be from him being upside down, but I like to kind of push at the idea that what if he was wearing a mask, just like the ones he was apparently creating. I'm assuming he's the one that's been creating them, and he's another one of those that might have looked familiar, because there was a painting that looked kind of similar to him in the Maw, similar to the teacher, And I think it's really cool. The thing that makes him creepy is, one, he's got this face of like your kind of typical doctor. He actually reminded me of the doctor I used to see as a child. And the fact that he's like crawling around on the ceiling, it just adds a level of creep factor to that. But one of the things that I remember coming up from discussions was maybe he crawls around on the ceiling, not just to be creepy, but to get around to his patients a little bit easier, because he's obviously a very big guy and probably wouldn't be able to get around the hospital very well otherwise. The other thing that came up in this from the official website is the patients, which it says the patients cannot live with their selves. They look in the mirror and hate what stares back. Seeing nothing but the flaws and ugliness of nature, they beg the doctor to fix them, to work his magic and make them whole again. So, just a reminder that there were the patient prosthetics that we found here. There were some found in the hunter's cabin up in the attic, if you kind of go back to the wilderness from chapter 1. And the hunter was kind of, able to do some taxidermy. And the patients in this case seem to have some similarities to the bullies from the school. So the school had the teacher, this has the doctor, and they both kind of have subjects underneath them, so to speak. So it was the bullies from the school, and then we have these here at the hospital, and despite the fact that everything is inanimate, should be inanimate, I guess. And I kind of liken this, if you go back to Little Nightmares Secrets of the Maw, I think really is what kind of touched on this a little bit more than the main story, because obviously there's some supernatural stuff going on, but it's kind of thought that maybe it's kind of like the shadow children being created by the lady in the residents from Secrets of the Maw. Now, another thing to bring up, so besides those, is one of the patients was behind a hospital curtain, and I did bring up the idea that it's thought that it could have been the janitor at one time, but that wouldn't really make sense in the context of this being a prequel. There was something else that came up in the discussions. Somebody had proposed the idea that it was a girl with pigtails that originated from the comics, which, like I said, I have not read, so that was one thing. And there's another kind of parallel that this draws relationship-wise. So if you recall, I think I may have mentioned this earlier, but there's a relationship, I think, between the teacher and the pretender, which I think that was from Very Little Nightmares. I don't remember offhand. And the doctor seems to be having a similar relationship in how he's caring for the patients. And so, kind of like the teacher, the doctor's just mindlessly playing his role of what he does, and seem to be exclusively working on prosthetics and mannequins. So, kind of an interesting point. And then, of course, I pointed out the masks. There were masks on the Maw, there were masks on the wall here. So something, I'd say this is probably the more compelling aspect of the story, is that we found masks at the hospital, specifically masks this time. They weren't on people. And this could imply that the doctor's the one making the masks for the residents and the guests of the Maw. Like I said, kind of drawing a connection there. That was a big point that has been brought up in a lot of lore discussion, so I wanted to make sure and point that out. And otherwise, this chapter's been going on quite long enough, so I'm just going to close it out here, and we'll pick this up in the next time. And I think we're actually getting out into the Pale City, so the next chapter is referred to as the Pale City, so that's where we'll be going next. Thank you all for joining, and I will see you all later.